Hi there, my name is Caroline and welcome to Caroline's Handmaids. Today Snips is going to be in my video, I think, because she needs a lot of hugs and kisses today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Friday Sews. This video was supposed to be during the week, but I had to redo it because I jumbled up a lot of patterns and everything. So it's Friday morning and I'm going to make this video. This a little sunny outside and it gives me some natural light here. Friday Sews was created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, a nice hashtag where we all can watch each other's makes, our plans, and a little bit about life. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. I've been away and last week was my first week back. I'm trying to be more consistent in making these videos and trying to add a midweek video as well. So I wanted to come out here and talk to you about some of the patterns I cut out during my Christmas vacation, which was during the Christmas week and the New Year's week. I haven't sewn much because I was in the middle of a project for a friend, but I started out to cut out one pattern and ended up, I've said before, I have a rolling table, cutting table, and I don't have a very big sewing space. Well, it's the basement room, but it's not that very big. So once I roll out the table, then I gotta roll it back. So I started out with just one. My intention was to just cut one. Then my mind took off and I cut several. So I wanted to share with you what I cut. So I talked about last week, I love making these little embroidery bags that I love to give as gifts to people. So I cut out a couple more. Excuse me. So I cut out a couple more of those bags. I have one person at work to give and another lady at my favorite Chinese, our favorite Chinese restaurant, pickup place here in Columbia, Maryland. It's Hunan Manor, by the way. We love it. If you're ever in Columbia Manor, in Columbia, Maryland, we love that place. So I cut it out. So the pattern that I keep making on my embroidery machine is a digital file that you download and then you load it onto your computer. Onto my sewing machine, which is a computer. Onto my embroidery machine, and you just follow the steps. It's just with one hooping, and it's the pattern company that I use is Noni New Creations. I found her many years ago. I think it was in 2017 that I found her on Etsy. She has a nice little shop, but unfortunately and sadly, this nice little, I think she's from the Netherlands. And she did all these embroidery files that you could buy. Noni New Creation. She sadly passed away and her shop remained open for some time. And then I think her friends, with the permission of her husband, was trying to take over her business, but I'm not sure if that ever happened. I purchased a lot from her. So it's this. It's Noni New Creations. And this is the embroidery file that I got. It's 3 different sizes. So I cut out, this is the one I made, which I showed last time. And it's fully lined and zippered. So I cut out a set to make for a friend of mine at work. And then this was the other ladies at the Chinese store. So these 2 bags that I cut out for that project. Now I'm going to keep showing you. I think I cut out 8 or 9 projects. So here goes the first one. is for my colleague at work, a lovely young lady, which I want to make at least 4 to 5 outfits. So the first one I cut out was Simplicity S9557 View A, out of this gorgeous cotton from Joann Fabrics. Simplicity S9557. Also, since I purchased the Cam Snap, the snap machine, I thought this is a great. I could make such good use of that snap machine. I really hope it works for the price I paid for that snap machine. Next up, the previous video that I made and I just deleted. I messed up all the pattern numbers, patterns, and fabrics. That's what happens, I think, when you cut out a lot. You forget. So I'm going to carefully and hopefully correctly tell you about the patterns I cut out. Sorry, that's the noise of my tracing paper because I am a big tracer, especially on my indie patterns. I love to trace because then, you know, there's so many multiple sizes, and then if my daughter wants one, my mom wants one, I want one, you know, I just trace it out, reuse that pattern a million times. So to get these correct, I am going to read what I cut out. So this is the Ellie Mac Sarah top. I cut out one for my daughter and one for myself. And I cut out the Ellie Mac Sarah. It has a lot of neck options and sleeve options. Obviously, I'm putting pictures up here. And I cut it out of this fabric I got from Joann Fabrics. Let me share with you. It's this beautiful, I think this fabric is a good winter, depends on how you, winter into spring, summer. I am not a big, this is just for, you know, the colors, this is just for winter or this is for summer or spring. Now I just choose colors that will go through for the entire 4 seasons, unless it's obviously a jacket or something really, really extremely winter or summer patterns. So that was the Ellie Mac Sarah for me, and I chose the slouchy neck pattern. The next pattern I cut out, be very careful with what I do here. The next pattern I cut out was the Love Notions Metro Blazer. I've made the Metro Blazer before, and I totally enjoy this blazer. I only made it once, but when I wear it, I love it. It is so comfy. It fits me perfectly. No alterations to the pattern, nothing. That's how Love Notions works for me. It is just a perfect, the pattern, the block or whatever they call it, excuse me, fits me perfectly. So I remember making it once before during my chemo treatments. I was so happy. I made it out of like a mauve pinkish, and I was so pleased. I started it the night before chemo, the day before chemo, and I finished it right in the morning so I could wear it. Every time I went for chemo, I would make something new so I could feel so good in such a, it made me feel good in such a tense situation and, you know, a rough situation. So here you go. I cut out a Ponte from a Ponte knit. I'm just going to show you. It's this color. I don't have a brown, kind of a chocolatey brown, just a brown Ponte knit for the Love Notions Metro Blazer. And I got that fabric, this fabric from from none other than Mart Fabrics, and this was $1 a yard. So it was a $3 for, I picked up 3 yards. I always pick up a little extra when I go to Mart Fabrics, because I know it's only $1, and I can, you know, if I make a mistake, whatever, I have a little extra. The next pattern I cut up is the Cashmerette Merriam trousers. I'm looking at it right now. I made the Merriam trousers before. I've mentioned it months ago. What happened with that is I used the body measurements, because for me, and I'm sure, I hope that's the same way with you or some of you, for me, the finished garment measurements work better than body measurements. And I went with the body measurements. And when I was done with it, it was 3 sizes too large. Literally 3 sizes too large. And I've said this before, I really want to sew up a pair of trousers. So I cut up 2 this time. This is out of the first fabric is from a khaki like fabric. This one, it's a gabardine. It's a gabardine fabric. I purchased 3 yards for $1 each at Mart Fabrics. It's a gabardine. I am going to make the the Cashmerette Merriam trousers. What I liked about this Merriam trousers is it has that little expanding thing at the waist where you can expand. Where it can expand, it stretches out, so the, you know, gives you, as you sit down, you have lunch at work. So that's the option that I like for the Cashmerette trousers. The next pattern, the other fabric that I cut out for the Merriam trousers is out of a twill. It seems like a twill. It does not feel like a gabardine. Very nice weight. $1 a yard from Mart Fabrics. And what I liked about this one that I'm excited to cut out is the lining for the pocket, the inside pocket bags. Let me show you what I did for that. I didn't do anything special for the khaki colored Merriam trousers. I did something special because I couldn't find something that would go for the lining bag. That's something fun to go inside my Merriam trousers. But I did find this for my blue Merriam trousers. If you can see, that is the show of The Office, and I love The Office. So I had this licensed fabric cut from Joann's, and I put it inside my pocket bag as the lining. So, you know, it's something fun. Only I know it's there, but when I go to the restroom, when I put them on, I know that I have something special, something cute inside. That was the Cashmerette Merriam trousers. The next pattern I cut out was the Cashmerette Upton dress with the flutter sleeve option. That I cut out for my daughter. She purchased a beautiful fabric from Mart Fabrics. Excuse me. It is this. I'm hoping that I don't mess up my stash there. You know when you lose bits of things that you cut out, and then I don't know where it went, and I panic. So this is what the fabric that my little girl, not little girl, but she's my little girl, from Mart Fabrics for the Upton dress, Cashmerette Upton dress, and it's a silky print, a good weight, from Mart Fabrics. And this was not from $1. I think this was $6 a yard. Still a very good deal. And the Upton takes quite a bit of fabric because it's lined, and it depends on the type of skirt you use. So my daughter chose the pleated skirt, so it does take a lot. It takes at least 6 yards, I think. Yep. So that's why I go to Mart Fabrics, because I can choose, you know, I can get a lot of fabric, especially for the patterns that need a lot of yardage. It's best for me. I am lucky that I live so close to, not that close, but I live close enough to Mart Fabrics. Oh, there's one pattern right behind me, and I forgot. This is the Love Notions Encore skirt. The Love Notions Encore skirt. I don't have skirts. I really don't have any skirts. So I used to wear skirts and a lot of trousers before the pandemic, before 2017. And then once I started sewing, I said to myself, I started sewing dresses and I got hooked. I started sewing tops first. So this was one of the tops that I made in 2017. This is the toaster sweater by Sew House 7. I loved making it. It was a good beginner friendly toaster sweater pattern. I actually made so many of these, and I practiced quite a bit. I made, I think, one for my sister, 4 for myself, 1 for my mother. It was a really good practice. But then when I started sewing in earnest, I started making dresses. And now I miss my skirts and pants. And the hens, I'm cutting out the Cashmerette trousers. And now this is the Encore skirt. A random thought just came into my mind. I used to make, also maybe I'll go back. If I can find the pattern, I'll put it here. It's a McCall's very simple knit skirt that I made a couple of times. If I find the pattern, I'll put it here. Maybe I should go cut that out too. So this is the Love Notions Encore skirt. It's also from a gabardine that is from Mart Fabrics for $1 a yard. That's what I cut out. Okay, I hope I did not miss something. Okay. The next pattern is from Made for Mermaids that I saw. This one, for the Made for Mermaids pattern, I like boat neck tops, and I've not been able to find a good boat neck. So it is I made the puff sleeve version, and it is the Made for Mermaid Women's Pepper. I'll put pictures here. You know, when I put it together, I kind of lost some of the writing, so I was figuring it out, figuring out the name. So I cut this pattern out because it's a boat neck. And I hope, here is the fabric I chose. This is the sleeve, obviously. So I cut this fabric. It's an old fabric that I found in my stash. It's from way back then. It's from 2017. Definitely around that time. And this was from fabric.com. I loved fabric.com. They had some good quality fabrics. This is a nice ponte, and I figured that the ponte would be so good for the boat neck version, where it will sit flat and won't sag. And that's why I picked out this fabric. So that was the Made for Mermaids pepper, women's pepper top. two more patterns left, and the next pattern, sorry, I'm moving around so much. The next pattern I cut out was again the Ellie Mac Sarah, the slouchy neck pattern. This was for my daughter, and she loves mushrooms. She doesn't like to eat mushrooms, and I love mushrooms. She does not like the taste or texture of mushrooms. Neither of my kids like it, and my husband and I love mushrooms. So she just likes to look at mushrooms. My daughter is a vegan from the time she was turned vegetarian when she was 9. When she was 5, she said that she did not want to eat chickens. That's why, because she loved baby chicks. And then when she was 9, she just says, nope, no more meat. And so she stopped eating meat. And to this day, she's also cooks a lot, but and bakes a lot. Everything is vegan, but I cook 2 meals every day. One for my son, who is a devoted meatitarian, and my daughter, who is a devoted vegan. And my husband and I eat whatever I cook. So my daughter loves mushrooms to look at only. So we cut out the Ellie Mac Sarah slouchy neck. This fabric, if some of you may recognize, is one of those soft knit good weight fabrics from Joann Fabrics. And then the next pattern I cut out, and the last pattern I cut out, is the Cashmerette Mart Puffer Vest. The Mart Puffer Vest is one of their, actually no, let me take that back. I don't know when that pattern came out, but it is a vest, so it's sleeveless, it's puffer. I did not have the time, or I do not have the patience or time right now to quilt and to put together layers, and it comes with step-by-step instructions. But I found the puffer kind of fabric at Joann's. See, already, you know, the batting is in there, it's already put together like that. I found this beautiful fabric and I purchased that, so I cut it out. So I hope to make this would be very good for the winter. That's everything. I'm trying to see if I'm missing something. I'm trying to see if I was missing something. So those were the patterns I cut out. So I think there were 8 of them there. I have other things that I cut out too, but I showed them in the previous video. I'm looking at, it was 2 more jackets, a simplicity jacket and something else over there. But these are my plans for February and March. But let's see what happens. Let's see what I can get done and how I can balance everything out. I'm really tired when I come home from work and I have dinner, spend time with the family, and then, you know, we sit around, we have a little worship, a little devotion, and then I am dead tired and I try to go to bed by 9 because then I wake up at 4:30 to go to work. And that's why my sewing has slowed down, because we've returned back to work. For 3 days a week and 2 days of work from home, and I just have the weekend to sew. But it's always nice, and I hope it's always nice to come out here and chat with you. I miss doing that, and I really want to be more regular in making these videos. At least I would love to continue on with Friday sews, and I would also like to make a midweek video or a Monday video. Not sure how that'll fit in, but definitely a Monday, because I'm home, working from home on Monday. And a Friday, I do a Friday sews. And if I miss the Friday sews, I'll just do it on Saturday and do like a weekly catch up. But as always, please follow me on Instagram. My handle is Carolines_handmaids. On Instagram, I usually post the things I wear to the office. Sorry, I'm logging into my iPad. To the office. The clothes, I only wear Mermaids because I no longer have anything from a store. And I post what I wear. So come and join me there. I post more on Instagram than anywhere else. Please like and comment. And I'd love to pray for you. I offered prayer. I asked if anyone has any prayer requests you can reach out to me or call, or just put it in the comments. And I like that somebody a follower reached out to me and said that our prayers have been answered. And yes, our God listens to our prayers, and He knows what's best for us, and He answers in His way, in His time, His perfect timing. Before I go, I'd like to read a text from the Bible. It's found in Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 16. Your words were found, and I ate them, and your words became to me a joy and the delight of my heart. For I am called by your name, O Lord God of hosts. Thank you all for coming back. Thank you all for joining me today. God bless you all and take care. Bye-bye.